Is your credit score in the 4, 5, or 6 range? Listen, there's no worse thing right now than having bad credit in 2025. And I know it feels like there's nothing you can do to be able to go ahead and get your credit to the 700 range, because you need your credit to be able to do things like buy a house, get a car, get a good job, start a career, education. Listen, in this video, I'm going to go ahead and help you guys out and share with you the secret strategy, the blueprint on how you be able to go ahead and fix your credit in, guess what, 30 days or less. I'm going to go ahead and break this down to simple steps in less than 20 minutes on how you'll be able to go ahead and get your credit from where it is right now to the 700 club, all in little to no time. So you definitely want to tap in and follow all of the strategies in this video, but more important, stay all the way to the end. Let's get into it.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement.
Blueprint Nation, what's going on? Thanks for tapping in. This is your main man, your Blueprint Mastermind, giving you another dope video on entrepreneurship, personal finance, business, as well as, more importantly, the blueprint to success. Do me a favor, if this is your first time checking out the channel, most of the people who watch the channel are non-subscribers, so we want to go ahead and change that around. Go ahead and do me a quick favor right now. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, as I promise you, you're going to get a lot of dope value from this video, as we are going to share with you the 5-step blueprint on how you'll be able to go ahead and build your credit in less than 30 days. I'm going to share with you proven steps and secrets on how you'll be able to go ahead and achieve getting a 700 plus credit score in little to no time within 30 days. All right. Now, I know this is probably hard to believe, and you guys are questioning this right out of the gate because you've probably heard a lot of influencers out there telling you different or anything, letting you know that, they're sharing with you outdated secrets or strategies and things like that. Of course, when it comes to credit repair and fixing your credit, patience and persistence is always going to be the requirement. In 2025, in the day of information, in the digital world that we're in right now, speed is currency. Speed is currency in everything else in the world. And guess what? Fixing your credit is no different. There are ways on how you'll be able to go ahead and fix your credit within 30 days. And in this video, I'm going to break it down in 5 simple steps on how you'll be able to do. So if you haven't done so already, all right, I've given you some time, but if you haven't done so already, pause the video real quick, go grab yourself a pen and paper, because we're going to go ahead and get into these steps. And I want to make sure that you don't miss anything and stay all the way to the end, because the last step is going to be the secret magic formula on how you'll be able to go ahead and get your credit to the next level. So first things first, to get straight into it, in order to go ahead and build your personal credit and get it up to the 700 club, is step 1, pulling your credit report, checking your credit. Now, this is very important. If this is your first time checking out this video, you haven't heard me say this till nausea on every one of my previous content, but typically this is a point that I really hammer in on all of my videos, and I stress this very much. You cannot hit what you cannot see, and checking your credit report is something that's extremely important, and I felt like it's something that's overlooked by majority of people that's looking to go ahead and build their credit. And this is very important for many reasons. Number 1, you cannot fix what you can't see. Checking your credit report not only puts you in a position to be able to build good credit, but also it builds good habits. More importantly, keep it brutally honest with you, we are in an age where identity theft is becoming more prevalent, and a lot of people are just not focused on their credit until they're at a point when they're ready to use it or where they need it. But guess what? Staying on top of your credit puts you in a position to not only being victimized by any type of identity theft, but also it allows you to be a lot more successful in the credit repair process, because you'll be able to spot out inaccuracies and put you in position position for the other steps I'm going to mention here. So making sure you check your credit report at least once per month is my recommendation. There's platforms like annualcreditreport.com where you'll have access to a free copy of your credit report on a weekly basis. You won't have access to your scores though, but at least this will give you access to your credit report. And this will put you in a position to start building up the habit of staying on top of your credit, monitoring your credit on a frequent basis. So therefore, this will put you in a position to be more successful, and it'll make the remaining steps I'm about to mention here a lot more easier for you. That's the step number one out of the gate, making sure that you check your credit report. Step number two is cleaning up your personal information. Now, once you have your credit report, the first section that you want to lock in and focus on is the personal information section. Now, this is the section where it has all of your personal information and personal data located on it. We're talking about your name, your addresses, previous addresses, phone number, social security number, date of birth, employer, so on and so forth. Now, this section plays a large indirect impact when it comes to your credit. Although it doesn't affect your credit score directly, it plays a significant aspect on being successful on the credit repair process as well as indirectly on your credit report. What I mean by that, keep this in mind. Anything that's inconsistent, outdated on this section, view is a red flag to lenders, and it also puts you in a category of a high risk. Having multiple addresses, having multiple aliases, having variations of your social security number, date of birth, all listed on your credit report is things that you definitely want to scrub off of your credit. So you want to go ahead and go through the personal information section of your credit and remove any outdated or incorrect information from there. Rule of thumb that I have, you're one person. So you should have one name, one address, one social, one date of birth, one employer, one phone number. That's it. Any more than that, you're just putting yourself in worse position and being viewed as a high risk when it comes to not only applying for credit, but also being less successful when you are trying to go ahead and get your credit cleaned as well too. Now, moving on to step number three. Step number three is very important that a lot of people are unaware of, which is placing a security freeze on the secondary credit bureaus. All right. Now, most of us are accustomed and aware of the big three credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, but there are the secondary credit bureaus that a lot of us are unaware of. They're also collecting data on us on the background, and these secondary credit reporting agencies, what they're doing is they're collecting this data and sharing this data with the big three credit reporting agencies as they're using this data against you. Always remember, the credit reporting agencies, including the secondary bureaus, they are not your friends, okay? They are not here to help you. So you don't want to expose yourself or your information as much to any one of these credit reporting agencies, including the secondary ones, because number one, hey, we're in a digital age nowadays. The more information you put out there of yourself, the more that you are making yourself more exposed and vulnerable. Making sure you place in a security freeze on your secondary credit bureaus is vitally important. A few of the secondary reporting agencies out there that you should be aware of are LexisNexis, which is the big dog powerhouse secondary agency world. Innovis and ARS are three of the big three that you definitely want to place a security freeze on. Now, by placing a security freeze, you just navigate directly to their website. It's absolutely free. Once you do, they're going to typically give you a PIN number that will give you the opportunity to unfreeze the account whenever you do. However, I strongly recommend that you go ahead and place the secondary freeze, as this is going to increase your success rate to be able to go ahead and be successful on cleaning your credit report on these next few steps we're going to mention here. All right. Now, moving on to step number four. Step number four on cleaning your credit within 30 days. We are in the day of artificial intelligence, guys. So step four is going to incorporate artificial intelligence, where it's disputing inaccuracies on your credit report. Now, once you have completed the first three steps, this is the meat and potatoes here. First thing you want to do is, once you have followed the first three steps, is identify any inaccurate information that's on your credit report. Now, under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, remember, everything on your credit report must be reporting complete, accurate, and verifiable. So any account that's reporting on your credit report that doesn't meet any one of these is a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act and subject to be disputed to have removed off of your credit. Typically, to make it easier, here's the rule of thumb. Any account that's on your credit report that's off by one letter or even one penny is subject to be disputed. I'm gonna say it again. Any account that's off by as little as one letter or one penny can be disputed, and that goes across all three bureaus. So for example, if you have a credit card account or a student loan or an installment account that's reporting on your credit report and is off by a letter or a penny on each one of the three credit bureaus, go ahead and dispute it, because under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, it must be reporting correctly and accurately across all three bureaus. All right. Now, what's the strategy we're going to use to be able to go ahead and dispute this? Glad you asked. We are in the day of artificial intelligence, and if you're not using platforms like ChatGPT right now, just on your personal life, listen, you're going to be left behind. But the point I'm trying to make here is, despite what credit professional is out there, despite what type of dispute letters that they use or they dispute templates or anything like that that they're promoting to use, there's nothing out there that beats artificial intelligence in creating a dispute letter that's personalized, professional, and that's to the point of disputing the actual discrepancies of your credit report. All right. Listen, it's about thinking smart, not hard here, right? And what we're going to do, we're going to leverage two laws, the golden rules here, guys, to be able to go ahead and use artificial intelligence to create the dispute letters for us. The two laws that we're going to use is Consumer Law 15 USC 1681 EB. All right. I'm going to say it again. 15 USC 1681 EB. And what this law basically says is that credit bureaus are required to ensure the information they report is accurate under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Okay. So I'm paraphrasing it, but as you can see on the screen here, I've posted the law, but this is the law that you're going to utilize in your dispute letter to be able to argue any inconsistencies or inaccuracies that's reporting on your credit report. And the second law that you want to leverage and use, write this down, 15 USC 1681 I5A. I'm going to say it again, 15 USC 1681 I5A. Okay. And this law basically states that and mandates that the credit reporting agencies must conduct a proper investigation whenever you dispute items on your credit report. So you are leveraging these two laws whenever you identify incorrect items on your credit report to be able to go ahead and put together a dispute letter using artificial intelligence to be able to get these items removed off of your credit report. Okay. So what you are going to do once you've identified the inaccuracies on your credit report, you're going to go to ChatGPT and you're going to go ahead and put the prompt that, hey, you have noticed inaccurate items on your credit report and you are looking to dispute these items with the credit reporting agencies. These are the items that I am looking to dispute. You're going to list the items, and after you list the items, including the inquiries if there's any, and you're going to state afterwards that please leverage consumer law, and you're going to put the two laws that I've just outlined here, 15 USC 1681 EB and 15 USC 1681 I5A into the prompt, and you're going to go ahead and hit enter, and you're going to watch as ChatGPT is going to draft and generate a customized dispute letter for each of the three credit bureaus using these two laws to be able to go ahead and send out to the credit bureaus. And that's pretty much it. Now, of course, there's a lot of AI driven tools out there and softwares where you'll be able to go ahead and subscribe to or utilize to be able to generate an AI based credit dispute letter for you. I recommend you could utilize those. They pretty much, a lot of these softwares use the ChatGPT engine to be able to draft their dispute letters. You just want to make sure that these softwares are also utilizing these two consumer laws, as these these are the two staples and the golden rules that you want to use to be able to go ahead and dispute any negative items off of your credit report. And once you have done that, you have your dispute letter. And now you want to go ahead and go to step number 5. This right here is where you definitely want to make sure that you follow through, is setting up payment reminders and automate payments for your after you've set your dispute. All right. So step number 5 is the follow-up, guys. This right here is after you've generated your dispute letter, of course, send out your dispute letter. Now, step number 5 is doing the proper maintenance, which is setting up payment reminders and automate your payment. Many a times, step number 1, checking your credit report, is building good habits. Step number 5 is following through on these good habits. So you want to make sure that you are keeping your utilization low, that you are not late on any payments. One late payment can drop your credit score by up to 100 points, right? So keep your payment history high, right? And automating your payments is a good way to be able to avoid the potential of having any late payments and also keeping your utilization down. Typically, a strategy that I share with everybody, contact your credit card company and see if they can go ahead and rearrange your payment date for your credit card to a date that's comfortable for you, typically when you're getting paid or whatever the case may be, or a date that aligns with your budgeting lifestyle. And this will help you to be able to avoid being late, or also keeping a good hand and being able to manage your credit cards and your payments. So therefore, you are not putting yourself in a position of falling victim of a late payment or anything like that. And that's pretty much it. That is the 5-step blueprint on how you'll be able to go ahead and clean your credit in 30 days or less. Listen, I promise you, follow these 5 steps and you'll be able to go ahead and see massive results in being able to get your credit fixed in 30 days or less. All right. Again, so quick recap. First thing you want to do, check your credit report. That's first and foremost right out of the gate. All right. Making sure that you check your credit report. If you can't do it on a weekly basis or daily basis, like some of my fanatics out there, at least do it at once per month. That puts you in a good starting point. All right. Number 2, cleaning up your personal information. Then you have one address, one phone number, one name, one date of birth, one social security number, all on this section of your credit report. Number 3, once you have done so, placing a security freeze on the secondary bureaus. This is very important for the follow-up steps, because once you place the security freeze, this also limits the exposure that the secondary bureaus can share with the credit reporting agencies once you initiate step 4. And also it protects yourself from identity theft and just making yourself vulnerable in the digital world that we're in. And step 4, of course, is the meat and potatoes, identifying and disputing the inaccurate information on your credit report. Once you've identified the violations of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, we're going to leverage consumer law and ChatGPT to generate our dispute letters using the 2 consumer laws that I shared with you to be able to go ahead and draft, prepare, and mail out our dispute letters to the 3 credit reporting agencies. Quick tip, make sure before you out your dispute letters that you do get them notarized and you send it with 2 pieces of identification, such as your driver's license and a utility bill. So therefore, you're not being in a stall tactic that a lot of the credit reporting agencies like to use. Okay. And last but not least, of course, is the follow up, making sure you're setting up automatic payments for your accounts and your credit cards. This is the maintenance as you getting these items fall off, as the credit reporting agencies have 30 days to respond to your dispute letters. You want to make sure that after you go ahead and do all of the things to get your credit score up, that you do all of the things to keep it up. All right. Listen, if this strategy, you need more help or guidance in being able to go ahead and get your credit fixed, or if you need more help, somebody to hold your hand through the credit repair process, check out the Credit the Game Academy. This is the academy we've just launched, and we've been able to go ahead and help individuals in less than 30 days go ahead and get their credit clean. And not only that, to be able to build their credit, to be able to unlock financial freedom, build business credit, and also put them in the path of building generational wealth. If you want to be put in the same position of the same success stories that we have with the members of our community, check out the link down below. Check out the Credit the Game Academy. We have 2 different versions. We have the free version as well as the paid community. I highly encourage you to join the paid community, as that's where you'll be able to get the full scope and benefits of everything we got to offer to be able to go ahead and get your credit to the next level. All right. But other than that, thanks for tapping in. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and leave a comment. If you are struggling with your credit repair journey, or if you need more help or insight, leave us a comment. Me and my team will definitely respond to any help that you need. We're here to go ahead. We want everybody in the 700 club. It don't benefit us, don't benefit you, don't benefit anybody by having poor credit. It costs you more to have bad credit in life, and that's what we don't want for anybody. All right. Listen, thanks for tapping in. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, hit the like button. That's all we want in return. And catch you in the flip side. Take care. Peace.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep, let's Paul with Blueprint. This guests are exclusive. Get on and tune in and then learn some new tips about credit, finance, investment. A nice chance to get rich and buy land. Flip it, quick 9 bands. Learn all the skills from Wes, he did it. Learn how to build successful business. Run up a mill and get the digits. Run up a mill. Look, safe place where guests are speaking. Based off financial freedom. All facts, no cap, believe it. Podcast, you have to see it.